Hey everybody, welcome back to another episode of P&M's Movie Criticisms. I'm Miss M.
And I'm Miss P.
What's up everybody? We're back at it again, and this time we've got a juicy one for you. We will be reviewing The Carpenter's Son, but first, you know what time it is, Miss P?
It's the year of our Lord, February 22nd.
You know what time it is.
You don't need no hype, you better hype yourself. Hey, you don't need no hype, you better hype yourself up. You don't need no hype, you better hype yourself up. Hey, you don't need no hype, you better.
So this the P&M movie criticisms with the hot sauce. P&M movie criticisms so hot. P&M movie criticisms with the hypnotism. P&M movie criticisms, we keeping getting them, and we tell you everything that's hot and everything that's not. Isn't that right, Miss P?
That's right, Miss M.
You know it. So, now, let's do it. Let's talk about it. Okay, so it's The Carpenter's Son, and with our boy, Nicolas Cage. Hey, Nick, what's up? How you doing? Hi from Miss M. All right, that's an OG right there. And, let's just talk about it.
F.K. Twigs as Mary.
Yeah, this is my first time actually hearing about her.
She is a artist. She's a singer.
Yeah, I was looking at the name and I was like, that's gotta be a singer for that name. That's right, Noah Jupe. What's up, Noah? And Isla Johnston. Oh gosh, we'll talk about that character. Sohili Yakub as Lila. Who else do we have in this piece? Let's see. Penelope Marco Polo, Lila's mother. They look quite alike. Ortiz Palidelis, the teacher, and Elena Topolodou, the old friend. Let's talk about this movie. So if you haven't seen it, let's start you off with a synopsis. The Carpenter's Son is about a family hiding in Roman Egypt. The son, known as the boy, doubts the guardian, the carpenter, rebelling with mysterious powers. As he uses abilities, they face natural and divine horrors. Okay, so let's talk about it. So we gotta rate it first, right, Miss P? So up at the top is the Carolina Reaper. Nothing's hotter, nothing's better. This is pure silver screen perfection. Beneath that is the Ghost Pepper. It is an amazing movie, but it's missing some crucial elements that keep it from being Carolina Reaper. Beneath that, we have the Habanero. It's solid. Is a good. You trust it for a good movie night with the family, or maybe just a date night. Beneath that is the jalapeno. It's lacking. It has little to no heat, and then you're like meh, just meh. Beneath that is the bell pepper. Mild, bland. Throw popcorn at the screen. Just envision Miss P throwing popcorn at the screen and go boo, boo, boo. Right?
Correct. And then we have our movie criticisms critique scale, which is 9. Do we like it or do we love it? Then we have number 8. Is it historically accurate? Number 7. Did it strike my emotions? Number 6. Did it keep my attention? Number 5. What are the production elements? Number 4. What's the quality of directing? Number 3. The quality of acting. Number 2. The sound quality and effects. And number 1. Cinematography. My favorite thing in America.
That's right. So, how do you rate The Carpenter's Son?
It's definitely a jalapeno for me. No, I mean, not a jalapeno, habanero, excuse me. Habanero.
Yeah, I think it's a solid habanero. I think, though, this film is underrated. I think it will gain some traction. Um, I'm going to say that this film is contrary to popular opinion, but you know what? I'm gonna be a full out critic right here. And if anybody got any questions, come up and ask me. But you know, you better be prepared because I'm packing an MFA, MA in this type of thing. This is what I study, okay? Communications, media, film. This is what it is. So be prepared, all right? Because I ain't gonna hold back. And I don't want you to hold back either, just as long as you're respectful. So contrary to popular opinion, I'm gonna say this is a solid habanero with strong ghost pepper elements.
Ooh, I like that. Come on, Miss M, come through.
All right, we're ready. Let's do it. Before let's talk about let's start the first one. I didn't like it, but you know what I did love? I'm gonna tell you what I loved about it. What I loved is that they went there. That they did something different. They did something new. They did something that they knew was gonna be unpopular, but they did it anyways. Man, Nick, you know this. You know, Nicholas was probably like, yo, man. Nick was like this. And you know what? I'm an OG. I've been a star for like ever. I'm gonna do this movie, and I don't care what anybody thinks. And that's what I love about this movie. I love that we went there. This is a classic story that we all know, but man, this is such a twist. What do you think, Miss P?
Um, so for those of you that don't know, this is based off of the Gospel of Thomas. It's the infancy Gospel of Thomas. It's one of the books supposedly left out of the Bible.
Mm-hmm.
So they show our main man Jesus as a young boy and everything that he went through as a young kid.
Mm-hmm.
And I say that the elements were great. Like it should be a ghost pepper, but it's not a ghost pepper because it just didn't take it all the way there. It kind of ended on a eh, but it's very good. Like I would say give it a go. Give it a go.
Exactly. No, you know, and if you're like, okay, you're a Christian and you're like, whoa, 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 this I'm not used to seeing Jesus like this. Okay, you got to remember, okay, that when this story is tackling things like, for example, Jesus is getting into physical fights. Try not to do any spoilers and anything. Jesus is getting into fights. Right? You know, and yes, I will say it's self-defense, yes, but it gets bloody, is what I'm saying. It gets bloody, right? And then there's Jesus looking at a female, that is naked too. And he doesn't seem to be aroused, but he's definitely continually looking, and given that she's quite out front and open, but you know, they didn't have showers, you know, it's like outhouse days type thing, you know what I'm saying? So, and, you know, he's looking, right? So there's this thing where it's like, okay, it's Jesus looking. No, Jesus never said that a man shouldn't have a wife. He never said that. But he did say a man taketh one wife. He did say that. So why would he? And so the thing, this concept of him not being sexually attracted to the opposite sex, you know, these are things that you'll tackle in this film. And then, of course, do you have very other interesting characters in this film too? But we'll get into that. What's I think we liked it, we love it. Let's talk about historical accuracy. What do you think about that, Miss P?
Um Historically it was accurate because remember all the other they had at the very beginning. I'm not trying to spoil, but I'm trying to explain my thought process. They had an idol and he's a carpenter. We know the carpenter as who? Joseph, right?
Hmm.
And he's a carpenter, so he needs to be, do have work. He needs to have money to live. Like it's not like it's just, you know, you can bum around. So he's trying to do this statue, and these people are worshiping the snake-like god thing, and it's little. It looks like a frog almost, but it's snake-like. So that's what was so scary about the whole issue is that it was snake-like and it looked like a snake.
Yeah, he was basically carving out a demon.
Uh-huh.
And, despite the fact that Joseph is a holy man, yes, but Joseph at the end of the day is contracted to create what the people want him to do, want him to make, right? And that's what he's making. He's carving out a demon. And throughout this whole movie, there's demons. I mean, honestly, I think this movie is brilliant. I do. Yes, there are things that are lacking. It's the concept aside of Jesus. Like, for example, the lepers. We always see people asking for permission to touch Jesus. Oh, may I touch you? May I touch you? May I touch you? But Jesus, okay, I'm going to try to give you a rundown, okay, without giving any spoilers. Imagine Jesus growing up as a child, not knowing that he is the Son of God. Okay, he does not understand that certain things are not normal. Okay, spoiler alert. I feel like this one is small. Okay, so spoiler alert. I repeat, there's the time when he's talking with the teacher. All right, he gets into mass trouble with the teacher. That's all he is. He's literally known as the teacher, played by Orestes Paliades. Okay, and the teacher drags Jesus back to Joseph, the carpenter. And he's like, let go of my son? What has he done? And he says to him things he should not do. And then he stalks off. And Joseph is like, well, what did you do, Jesus? He said, I told him how many years he has to live. You see, these are things that you don't do. These are things that you have to understand, but children don't understand these things. Imagine a Jesus that doesn't understand that he's divine. Imagine a Jesus that doesn't understand other people are like him. Imagine Jesus where he has to come to terms about who his father is and what he is. He doesn't understand what's happening to him. He doesn't know, but he has to grapple with this, and there are major grave consequences that cannot be talked about in this review. You're just gonna have to watch the movie to see what happens as Jesus begins to understand who he is. This is the story of how Jesus learned he is the Son of God. That's it. That's what the story is. That's all it is. The story is about Jesus learning he is the Son of God, that he is divine, that he has special abilities that no one has. I think it's a story that's untold, and I love that they went there. I'm just gonna say it. I love it. A lot of people are probably not ready for this, but hey, there are many things that move ahead of its time, and this is one of them.
But it's a well-deserved play on or it's a good take on Jesus being an adolescent boy, just an adolescent boy that doesn't understand what's going on. So I like what Miss M had to say. I'm just over here like, go ahead. Yes.
Yeah, definitely. Now, and as far as did it strike my emotions? Yeah, it did because I've really felt for Jesus when he was bum rushed, when by the sickly, right? Like I felt for him on that. And yeah, it kept my attention. I ain't gonna lie, it kept my attention because I wanted to see what else this movie was gonna do. What about you, Miss P?
It kept my attention 100%, not because of that, because of the snake issue.
Ugh, there's a major snake issue. This snake takes different turns. One thing I like about the snake is that the snake comes in the form of also a play snake, a play toy wooden snake. And the thing is, it's
Mhm.
just a toy, right? Oh, it's just a toy, nothing to take seriously. Ha ha ha. But that snake manifests in more and way in more than one just more than one form. It also manifests in another form, right? Not gonna say who that snake is, but that snake takes more than one form. As a matter of fact, I think the snake takes on another form too, and I said it earlier with the thing that Joseph was carving as well.
Mhm.
So this is a snake that takes. I think that's good. I think there that's very good writing that shows the snake taking on forms, and the fact that it comes in the form of a toy is even more interesting. And this is further solidified and proven by you're gonna have to figure out the snake because the snake does say some things to him. The snake does say, "Hey, let's XYZ 1, 2, 3." Right? That's what the snake does. Anyways, well, let's see. You got anything else before we move on to production elements, Miss P?
Not at all.
All right, let's talk about production elements. I'm saying that this movie would cost estimated $10 million to make. And as far as box office is concerned, uh, oh, domestic opening $96, $96,081. Total now domestic $141,193. International $3,062. Worldwide, we're looking at $1,044,225. This movie is a serious big time flop.
Mhm. Floppity, floppity, flop, flop, flop.
However, in addition to the production elements, I would also say that where this movie is where they the setting of the movie is interesting. I think it's very interesting, like that little desert plain that they walk through.
Mhm.
I think those visuals are very nice. I think that's good production value right there. Is the setting definitely does lend to the story, I would say. So, that and as well, and of course we have some pretty good actors in here as well. I mean, it's Nicolas Cage, right? And then our newcomer Nicholas. No wait, let's see, is that
Noah.
Noah?
Noah Juice.
Oh, thank you. And then our newcomer Noah, he was very interesting to watch. Um, yes. And props to Isla Johnston, I think. Oh gosh, what a weirdo. But it was appropriate. It was appropriate. She to make me feel that way means she portrayed her role very, very well. What do you think, Miss P, about these actors?
I think they were all cast well. Um, you had a middle-aged man because at this time, Joseph would have been older. Joseph was already older than Mary.
Yeah.
So, you see what I'm saying? So, they got that right. They got the look of Mary correct. She was darker skinned. You see what I'm saying? Like,
Mhm.
they got everything correct.
Yeah.
Um, go ahead, I'm
Oh
sorry.
no, please continue. I'm just saying, yeah.
Oh, because here's the thing, like, when you look at the casting, it was, yeah, Nicolas Cage, but Nicolas Cage didn't carry the whole movie on his
He
back,
did.
which I thought that was amazing because you have, like, a A-list star with a whole bunch of unknown stars. Like, you have, FKA Twigs, you know what I'm saying? But people are gonna watch her because they're fans of hers, but it's just different, like, he didn't carry the whole brunt of, "Oh, it's Nicolas Cage. Every time you see him, it's Nicolas Cage." No. When you looked at him, you was like, "Oh, the Carpenter. That must be Joseph." And then when he was praying, if you follow and watch the movie, right? Every time he prayed, God didn't respond. God stopped responding,
Yeah, because
And that was a big thing.
because he was responding in a different way.
Mhm.
He was responding in a way that was more so through his own son's actions. I would say, and the thing is he didn't see that, and I like his character growth because in the beginning he's such a fervent follower of the Lord, but by the time the boy is in his adolescence form and going as a teen, he's doubting majorly because this boy keeps performing miracles. And what do they do to people who perform miracles? The people aren't used to people performing miracles. If you do something amazing, you must be a wizard. You must be a witch. This is witchcraft, therefore you must be hung. So so Joseph is taking this boy from town to town, from city to village, along with Mary, and he's losing faith. Okay, because life is getting harder. Because this boy doesn't understand that you just don't pop out miracles like that. You just don't speak things like that. So he doesn't get it. He loses faith, but in the end, he starts to see. And for as far as the mother is concerned, for FKA Twigs, I was like, what is going on with his acting? She's consistent, but she came to life towards the middle and end of the movie. I would have liked to see more with her character besides just her giving birth, and so we could see more character evolution, but we did see some foretelling there, and we did see her really come to life in the beginning. I just wish we could have seen her come to life in the beginning. And of course, for the boy and his character development's not bad either. I mean, come on, he's finding out he's the son of God. And how is he taking this, right? There's definitely character evolution there as well. What do you think, Miss P?
Well, here's the thing. The foreshadowing was something, but you see she wasn't really a part of the whole movie. She was just kind of a side character. Uh, it really focused on Jesus and Joseph, more or less, and our other friend. But I'm not gonna but, um, you gotta watch it. You gotta see it. You gotta know.
Yeah, yeah, even the snake, the relationship with the snake and Jesus at the end is very interesting. After everything that happens with Jesus and the snake, you know, even that is evolution in their characters. But it's very Jesus-like as well too. Very Jesus-like, I would say. Anyways, though, we kind of talked about quality of acting. Do you got anything else to say about the quality of acting? Because that was the main key thing there.
No.
No?
Mm-mm.
Sound quality effects, what do you think about those?
It was fantastic. I wish that they would have made, like, a soundtrack to this movie.
Huh. That's, that would have been really, really good. But then it would have been even, I mean, well, with the numbers, it's still a major flop, but still, it would have still been very appropriate. Perhaps they can still do it, I don't know. And because, this movie, whew, they're bringing this movie through the fire. I mean, if for all the Christians out there, you have to understand that this is Jesus as a child. For all the Christians out there, you have to understand that this is the mortal finding out that he is divine and immortal, right? There's the stepping over the threshold from the flesh and to the divinity. And that is what we're seeing with Jesus in this movie. Okay, this is a transformation of him understanding who and what he is and what he must do with his life. Okay, this is him understanding and pushing out all those things and those flaws. And they're not really actually flaws, it's just, son, hold your tongue. Just because a person has 58 more days to live or 60 years to live, it doesn't mean you tell them, right? This is him getting those kinks out, okay? Learning to be divine while wrapped up in flesh.
And it was one of those movies that you watch And then you might wanna watch again for different context to see what you can gain out of it the second time that you see it. It's not one of those movies you can watch it one time and be like, "Oh, okay, that's done."
Yeah.
Like, man, Furiosa.
Oh gosh. Hey George. Hey Kurt. You wouldn't yet do another podcast. Yeah. And this is true. This movie has a lot of there's a lot of layers to this movie to really peel back. So be prepared for that. A lot of layers, a lot of context, a lot of new things that you're not gonna be used to seeing. But Miss Pete, tell me about the cinematography.
Oh, the cinematography, wonderful. On set, on location. Um, I loved it because it was filmed ooh, excuse me. It was filmed in, France and in the United States. So, the parts that they did in France, I think not the desert, but where they had the village, I feel that was in France. And the fact that the one that was mute, that couldn't talk,
Mhm. Oh yeah,
that
Lulu?
scene where they had her chained up,
Yeah.
that that to me was the best part of that movie. And where he actually pulled the thing, you know, but gave her the ability to talk. Now that was pretty interesting to me.
That was very interesting. Very interesting indeed. Um, the spiritualism in this movie, literally, when you watch this movie, just watch it and see how much symbolism you can catch. I think it was very well thought out. Um, one thing I will say, I won't say exactly how. I'm gonna talk, leaving out a lot of information because we want you to watch it and we want you to form your own opinions. But there was a specific way in which Joseph tried to teach Jesus, a very harsh way, okay? But it never did anything. And it wasn't ever going to teach Jesus anything. Okay, he's not from here. Yeah, he was born on Earth, but he's not from Earth. He's got the culture of glory, right? It's a different culture, it's a different way of thinking. So, no matter how much Joseph does this, it's not going to do anything. And I think even how Jesus handles this type of punishment is interesting, even in itself. Um, this movie could deserve like a deep dive, even. I mean, if you want a deep dive, let us know. Yeah. But yeah, we just want to give you the ins and outs of it. That's all I gotta say, Miss P. What about you?
That's all I gotta say.
Yeah, same here. Hey, everybody, follow us, subscribe, join us on Spotify, subscribe on YouTube. If you have anything you want us to review, let us know. If not, hey, until the next time, see you soon.
Bye.
Bye.